In the annals of modern history, few figures have stirred as much controversy, admiration, and attention as President Donald J. Trump. To some, he was brash and unpredictable. To others, he was a strategic disruptor, a man who called himself the dealmaker and insisted the art wasn't just a skill but a destiny. His presidency, like his persona, was anything but ordinary. When Trump took office, he made it clear, "We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning." And in many ways, he pursued that vision with relentless energy. Trump renegotiated NAFTA into the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, a deal he hailed as fairer and more beautiful for American workers. Critics questioned the methods, but the agreement was ratified, proof to Trump and his supporters that results mattered more than process. With China, he launched a historic tariff campaign, declaring an end to decades of unfair trade. The back and forth rattled markets, but in Trump's eyes, it was a necessary fight to assert America's economic sovereignty. The Phase 1 trade deal, signed in 2020, committed China to massive agricultural purchases and intellectual property protections. "It's a beautiful deal," Trump said, smiling behind the resolute desk. They never saw it coming. In foreign policy, he did what few would dare, crossed the Korean DMZ to meet Kim Jong-un, becoming the first sitting U.S. president to do so. The meeting was symbolic, criticized by some as lacking substance, but to Trump, symbolism was half the battle. "We're not at war, are we?" he'd ask rhetorically. He withdrew from agreements he deemed terrible, the Iran nuclear deal, the Paris Climate Accord, and questioned America's role in NATO until allies agreed to increase their defense spending. To him, these were not withdrawals, they were renegotiations, power plays, calculated leverage. On the home front, Trump often negotiated with the economy itself. Through tax cuts and deregulation, he aimed to make America, in his words, the envy of the world. Unemployment fell to record lows before the COVID-19 pandemic struck, a crisis that would test even the boldest dealmakers' mettle. Through it all, Trump remained undeterred. Even after his presidency, he insisted his legacy would outlast the noise. "They called me names," he'd say, "but they couldn't deny the deals." History will judge Donald Trump in full, his triumphs, missteps, and the cultural earthquake he triggered. But one thing remains certain. In his mind, and in the eyes of millions, he was exactly what he claimed to be, the beautiful deal maker.